Well, we got a 1940 Packard, and it is a club coupe, and it needs a lot, but it's really solid, like everywhere. The body is in pretty darn good shape. There's a little rust hole right here, so that needs a patch. And then the bottom of the door, a little bit of work. And then really, like, we might find more, but one spot inside, because this car was parked outside for a period of time with no windows in it. So down in here, we've got some rust that just will need a little patch. So I have less than 1 year to get this car together, because I decided I'm going to take it on the Great Race for 2025, and it needs a lot. So it's going to be a crash course in Packard restoration pretty soon, or actually starting now. Let's see, we got parts over here and over there. Oh, let me back up a little bit here. Pulled out my rotisserie. That's been sitting for quite a few years now, and I'm going to take the body off the frame here, get it blasted a little bit, and get that in epoxy primer, and you know, just get it ready to start doing body work. And it doesn't need a whole lot of body work, but a little here, a little there. Let's see, what else? Engine, oh yeah, so this still has the transmission in the car, but I'm going to change that, because I'm going to be using the transmission with overdrive. Because for the Great Race, I don't plan to trailer the car out there. I'm going to be driving it. Drive it there, drive it in the event, of course, and then drive it home. But, yep, it's another project here. Scattered rusty projects. Yeah, sometimes I finish something, sometimes I start on something else. But, you know, for a few years I've been saying I'm not going to buy any more cars. But there's a purpose for this one. Plus, I've always liked Packards. They've always been just a car that I've been right on the verge of buying, and just didn't do it. But now, you know, now I had a reason to buy a Packard. I wanted an older car, so I could have a better scoring factor in the Great Race. The older the car is, starting in 1953, the older it is, from all the way down to 1900, you get a little bit better handicap. So, not like I'm gonna win anything major, but it'd be nice to score better, and then have a little bit of help. Plus, it's going to be a fun ride in the Packard Club Coupe. You can still see some of the pinstriping, which that'll be going back on. And I haven't fully decided yet, but so these cars are originally like a lacquer paint job, and if I do single stage and then it gets wet sanded and buffed, that gives it more of a, or closer to that original finish. Or, you know, if we do base clear, then it's gonna have a really deep clear look to it, and I'm not sure which one I want to do. The base clear might just be easier to do. But yeah, so there's going to be a lot more videos of this in the progress of it. I sent out the interior to a shop, an upholstery guy, and we'll so it'll be one less thing for me to do, because I've got a lot to do in less than a year on getting this car ready for the great race. This is in the trunk of the Packard. Trunk lid's off. It's right over here. And scraping all this old trunk paint off. Looks like it's some kind of gray in color, but over here it looks black. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe that's overspray from when they paint the body, but the trunk looks like it's got this kind of like a grayish paint, but it's kind of thick, so it's probably some kind of undercoat. They have undercoat in some various places, but so I'm going to scrape it off, because as you can see, it is rusty underneath it, so it needs to come off. And then I'm gonna lightly blast this, clean it up, and end up probably painting this with the rust trap inside and up underneath here, everywhere in the trunk, and then I'm kind of thinking I might top coat that, but we'll see. It probably should be top coated, but the rust trap will really seal it up good. So it's that's what's happening here.